The chandelier light catches on champagne glasses like trapped stars. Isabella Monroe stands frozen in the marble corridor of Milan's Grand Europa Hotel, her black evening gown a shadow against cream walls. Her fingers grip her clutch so tight the leather creases. She shouldn't have come. Through the gilded archway, 300 guests glitter beneath vaulted ceilings. Milan's elite, old money, new power. The charity gala Marcus insisted she attend, her first public appearance since everything changed, since she became someone else entirely. "Stay close to me," Marcus had said in the car, his Italian accent wrapping around the words like silk and steel. "If anyone disrespects you, you tell me immediately." But Marcus Romano isn't beside her now. He's across the ballroom, flanked by men in dark suits whose eyes never stop moving. Even here, among Italy's wealthiest, people give him space. The Wolf of Milan, Il Lupo, a man whose name makes politicians sweat and businessmen reconsider their choices. Her husband. Isabella takes a breath, smooth her hands down her dress. She's not that broken woman anymore. Not the one who signed divorce papers with shaking hands. Not the one who, well, look what the cat dragged in. The voice slides down her spine like ice water. She turns slowly, already knowing, already feeling the past wrap around her throat. Marcus Chen stands 10 feet away, smirking. He's gained weight, not much, but enough to make his custom tuxedo strain at the shoulders. His arm curves around a woman dripping in diamonds, blonde hair swept into an elaborate updo. Victoria something. Heiress, trophy wife, replacement. Isabella. Marcus draws out her name like he owns it, like he still owns her. "I didn't recognize you at first. You look so different. Different. Code for, you're black and you don't belong here." Victoria's smile is all teeth, no warmth. "Darling, who is this?" "Just someone I used to know." Marcus's eyes travel over Isabella with calculated cruelty. "Actually, she used to work for my family. Our maid, if I remember correctly." The lie lands like a slap. Isabella's vision tunnels. Blood roars in her ears. 3 years of marriage to Marcus Chen. 3 years of enduring his mother's racism, his casual cruelty, his systematic destruction of her self-worth. And now this, the final insult, their maid. Around them, conversations dim, heads turn. This is Milan's social elite, and scandal is currency more valuable than euros. "I'm sorry." Isabella's voice comes out steady, stronger than she feels. "I think you're confused." "Am I?" Marcus steps closer, emboldened by Victoria's presence, by the audience gathering like sharks to blood. "Let me refresh your memory. You cleaned my family's home in Shanghai, scrubbed toilets, did laundry, until you got ambitious and, well," he waves a hand dismissively. "That didn't work out, did it?" Victoria giggles behind her champagne flute. Isabella's nails dig into her palms. She wants to scream the truth, that she was his wife, that he married her in secret, hid her from his family for 2 years, then discarded her the moment his mother demanded he marry someone appropriate. Someone white, someone worthy. But the words stick in her throat. "Marcus." A new voice cuts through the tension like a blade. The temperature in the room drops 10 degrees. Marcus Romano moves through the crowd with the inevitability of a storm. People part for him instinctively, survival instincts recognizing apex predator. He's not the tallest man in the room, but something about him makes him seem larger, darker, more dangerous. His hand settles on Isabella's lower back, possessive and protective. "Is there a problem?" Marcus Chen's smirk falters. "I'm sorry. Who are you?" "Her husband." Marcus Romano's accent makes the word sound like a threat and a promise. "And you are?" "Marcus Chen, Chen Industries." He extends his hand with practiced corporate confidence. Not yet. Understanding. "I was just explaining to Isabella that we have history. She used to work for my family." Marcus Romano doesn't take the offered hand. He looks at it like it's diseased. "You're lying." "Excuse me?" "My wife has never worked as anyone's maid." Each word drops like a stone into still water. So either you're confused or you're deliberately trying to humiliate her in public. Which is it? Marcus Chen laughs, nervous now, looking to Victoria for support. Look, I don't know what she told you, but… Isabella. Marcus Romano's voice gentles impossibly when he says her name. He turns to her, gray eyes searching her face. Do you know this man? This is the moment, the choice that will define everything that follows. Isabella looks at Marcus Chen, at the man who destroyed her, then tried to erase her, at the coward who hid their marriage like a shameful secret, at the man who called her slurs in private and introduced her as the help in public. She could tell the truth, could expose him here, now, in front of everyone. But when she opens her mouth, what comes out is, "He's my ex-husband." The silence that follows could shatter glass. Victoria's champagne flute slips from her fingers, shattering on marble. Marcus Chen goes white as bleached bone. Around them, the Milan elite lean in, ravenous. Your what? Marcus Chen's voice cracks. Ex-husband, Isabella repeats, stronger now. We were married for 3 years. You divorced me 8 months ago because your mother said I wasn't good enough. Because I'm black. Because I didn't fit the family image. She looks at Victoria. Did he tell you that? Did he mention the wife he threw away like garbage? Marcus Romano's hand on her back is the only thing keeping her grounded. His presence, solid and furious beside her. That's not… Marcus Chen starts. You called me your maid. Isabella's voice doesn't shake anymore. Our maid, in front of all these people. You tried to humiliate me one last time. Why? I didn't think you'd be here. I didn't know you were… His eyes dart to Marcus Romano, finally understanding, finally afraid. Look, it was a joke. I didn't mean… A joke. Marcus Romano speaks so quietly, everyone has to strain to hear. You humiliated my wife at a public event, called her a servant, tried to destroy her reputation. As a joke. Something in his tone makes Marcus Chen take a step back. Mr. Romano, I apologize. I didn't realize… That she's under my protection now? Marcus Romano tilts his head, studying Marcus Chen like an insect. That changes things for you, doesn't it? Suddenly, she's worth respecting. That's not what I… Tell me something, Mr. Chen. Chen Industries. You do business in Italy? Marcus Chen swallows hard. Some. Import-export. We have contracts with… Had. Marcus Romano's smile doesn't reach his eyes. Past tense. I'm sorry. Every contract you have in Italy, gone. Every partnership, terminated. Every loan from… Italian banks? He snaps his fingers. Called in, effective immediately. The color drains from Marcus Chen's face. You can't do that. You can't just… I'm Marcus Romano. He says it simply, without ego, a statement of fact. The Wolf of Milan, and you humiliated my wife, my Isabella, the woman I love more than anything in this world. He leans in, voice dropping to a whisper that somehow carries to every corner of the room. So yes, Mr. Chen, I can do that, and I'm going to do much, much worse. Victoria stumbles backward, diamonds glittering under the chandelier light. Marcus, we need to leave. Now! But Marcus Chen is frozen, staring at Isabella like he's seeing her for the first time. Bella, please, tell him it was a misunderstanding. I made a mistake. I'm sorry. Bella. He hasn't called her that since their wedding night. Isabella looks at him, really looks at him. This man who spent 3 years making her feel small, who let his mother call her slurs at family dinners, who hid their marriage like a dirty secret, who divorced her via lawyer's letter while she was at her lowest, who tried to erase her existence entirely by calling her a maid. You're sorry? She laughs, and it sounds like breaking glass. You're sorry now? Not when you divorced me by text. Not when you refused to defend me to your mother. Not when you threw away our wedding photos like trash. But now? Now that I have protection? Now that there are consequences? Now you're sorry? Isabella, please. Mrs. Romano, she corrects him, letting the name settle between them like a blade. And we're done here. Marcus Romano's hand slides from her back to her hand, fingers intertwining with hers. The gesture is possessive, protective, and somehow gentle all at once. We are done, he agrees. But Mr. Chen and I, we're just getting started. He turns to face the crowd. Ladies and gentlemen, I apologize for the disruption. Please enjoy the evening. Then, to the men in dark suits scattered throughout the room, escort Mr. Chen and his companion from the premises. Make sure they understand they're no longer welcome in any establishment I own or have interest in, which is, he pretends to consider, approximately 60% of Milan's hospitality industry. You can't do this! Marcus Chen's composure cracks completely. This is illegal. I'll sue. You'll what? Marcus Romano's voice turns to ice. You'll run crying to the police? The same police force whose pension fund I contribute to? The same courts where judges owe me favors? He steps forward, and Marcus Chen stumbles backward. You're nobody here, Mr. Chen. Just another arrogant businessman who thought he could disrespect my wife without consequences. Two security guards appear at Marcus Chen's elbows. He tries to shake them off, but they're immovable. This isn't over, he snarls at Isabella. You think you're safe because you married some Italian gangster? He'll get tired of you, too. You'll always be... Marcus Romano moves so fast, Isabella barely tracks it. One moment he's beside her. The next, his hand is wrapped around Marcus Chen's throat, slamming him against a marble column. The impact makes champagne flutes rattle on nearby tables. Finish that sentence, Marcus Romano suggests pleasantly. Please, I want to hear what my wife will always be. Marcus Chen can't speak, can barely breathe. No? Nothing? Marcus Romano releases him with a shove. Get him out of my sight. If I see him in Milan again, we'll have a different conversation, one that involves the Navigli canals. The threat hangs in the air like smoke. Security drags Marcus Chen toward the exit, Victoria clicking after them in her heels, diamonds swinging. The crowd watches in stunned silence. Then Marcus Romano turns to Isabella, and his entire demeanor shifts. The wolf becomes a man. The monster becomes her husband. Are you all right? His hands frame her face, thumbs brushing her cheekbones. Did I go too far? I can call them back. I can... No. Isabella's voice breaks. No, you were perfect. You're shaking. I'm angry. But it's not entirely anger making her tremble. It's adrenaline, relief. The surreal reality of watching her past finally, definitively, get destroyed. He called me his maid, Marcus, in front of everyone. He tried to make me nothing again. You're not nothing. His accent thickens with emotion. You're everything, my everything, and anyone who tries to hurt you will learn exactly what that means. Around them, the party slowly resumes. Conversations restart, cautious and buzzing. But Isabella knows this moment will spread through Milan like wildfire. By morning, everyone will know. Marcus Romano's wife is untouchable. Take me home, she whispers. Are you sure? We can stay. Make them watch you hold your head high. I want to go home. To our children. To safety. She meets his eyes. Please. He doesn't argue. Marcus Romano simply takes her hand and guides her toward the exit, and the crowd parts like the Red Sea. The Romano estate sits in the hills outside Milan, surrounded by olive groves and security that could repel a small army. Isabella kicks off her heels the moment they cross the threshold, letting marble cool her aching feet. Mrs. Romano! Teresa, their housekeeper, appears from the sitting room. The twins are sleeping. They were angels tonight. Thank you, Teresa. Isabella manages a smile. You can head home. We'll manage from here. Once they're alone, Marcus Romano shrugs out of his jacket and loosens his tie. Even disheveled, he's magnetic. Dark hair slightly mussed, gray eyes still burning with residual fury. You don't have to pretend with me, he says quietly. I know you're not okay. Isabella walks to the floor-to-ceiling windows overlooking Milan's lights. The city glitters like spilled jewels. I thought I was ready to face him, to prove I'd moved on. She laughs bitterly. Instead, I fell apart the moment he opened. His mouth. You didn't fall apart. Marcus moves behind her, close enough that she can feel his heat, but not touching, giving her space. You told the truth. You stood there and told 300 people exactly what he did to you. That takes courage. It takes you. She turns to face him. Without you there, he would have destroyed me all over again. I would have stood there and taken it because that's what I always did. That's not who you are anymore, isn't it? The words come out sharper than intended. I'm still the same woman he threw away. I just have better protection now. Marcus's jaw tightens. Is that what you think? That you're only safe because of me? That you're still that woman he abused? I don't know what I am anymore. The admission costs her. When I look in the mirror, sometimes I still see her. The woman who let him call her slurs, who stayed silent at family dinners while his mother said I was diluting the bloodline, who signed divorce papers because I believed I deserved to be thrown away. Isabella, he introduced me as his maid, Marcus, his maid, and for a second, just a second, I almost believed it. Almost thought maybe that's all I ever was to him, the help who got ideas above her station. Marcus takes her face in his hands, forcing her to meet his eyes. Listen to me. You are Isabella Romano, my wife, mother to our children, the strongest woman I've ever known. What he did to you, what he made you believe, that's not truth. It's poison, and we're going to burn it out of you, I promise. How? However long it takes. His thumbs brush away tears she didn't realize were falling. However many times I have to destroy men like him to prove you're untouchable. However many nights I have to hold you while you remember you're worth everything. He kisses her forehead, gentle and reverent. You saved me, amore mio. Let me save you back. The endearment, my love, breaks something open in her chest. I'm pregnant, she blurts out. Marcus goes very still. What? I found out this morning. I was going to tell you at dinner, but then... She gestures vaguely at everything. Our third child. I'm 8 weeks along. For a long moment, Marcus just stares at her. Then he drops to his knees, pressing his forehead against her stomach through the silk dress. Another baby. His voice cracks. You're giving me another baby. Are you happy? Suddenly, she's uncertain. They'd discussed waiting, letting the twins get older before... Happy? He looks up at her, and his eyes are wet. Isabella, I'm terrified, thrilled, completely overwhelmed. I want to lock you in this house and never let anything touch you. I want to burn down the entire world to keep you safe. He kisses her stomach. All 3 of you. Isabella's fingers thread through his hair. We'll name her Speranza. Hope? He smiles against her dress. How do you know it's a girl? Because after everything we've survived, we deserve hope. She tugs him, to his feet. And because 3 Romano men in one house would drive me insane. He laughs, a real laugh that chases shadows from his eyes. Then his expression turns serious. What happened tonight? I meant what I said. Chin Industries will be destroyed by the end of the week. His reputation in Italy is finished. But if you want me to do more... No. Isabella cuts him off. What you did tonight was enough. More than enough. I don't want revenge, Marcus. I just want him gone. Erased. Like he tried to erase me. Consider it done. He pulls her close, and she lets herself sink into his strength. No one disrespects my wife and walks away unscathed. Your mother won't like this, Isabella points out. The scandal. The public scene. Marcus's expression darkens. My mother doesn't get a vote. Lucia Romano arrives at breakfast like a storm in Chanel. Isabella is feeding 2-year-old twins, Gianna and Giovanni. Mashed banana when her mother-in-law sweeps into the dining room, heels, clicking on marble like gunshots. We need to talk. Lucia doesn't acknowledge the children or Isabella's greeting. Marcus, private, now. Marcus doesn't even look up from his espresso. Anything you need to say, you can say in front of my wife. This is family business. Isabella is family. His tone could cut steel. Say what you came to say or leave. Lucia's perfectly made-up face twists with disdain. She's beautiful in that ageless way of wealthy women, cosmetic enhancements and designer clothes camouflaging cruelty. Fine. Last night's disaster is all over Milan. My friends are calling, my colleagues. The scandal. What scandal? Marcus cuts her off. That I defended my wife? That I destroyed a man who disrespected her? You made a scene at the charity gala. You threatened a businessman in public. You've made our family look like... She struggles for the word. Like common thugs. We are thugs, Mother. Marcus sets down his cup with deliberate care. I'm a crime lord. That's what I do, and if you think I'll apologize for protecting Isabella, you're delusional. Lucia's eyes snap to Isabella like targeting lasers. This is your fault. Bringing your sordid past into our home. Dragging us into your drama with that Chinese man. Her ex-husband, Marcus corrects coldly, who abused and humiliated her. According to her, Lucia waves a dismissive hand. We only have her version of events. For all we know, she's exaggerating, playing victim to manipulate you. The room goes silent except for Giovanni's babbling. Marcus rises slowly from his chair. When he speaks, his voice is dangerously quiet. I'm going to pretend I didn't hear that. Marcus, be reasonable. I know you care for her, but you can't let emotion cloud your judgment. This woman is my wife. He enunciates each word. The mother of my children, the love of my life, and if you ever accuse her of lying about abuse again, you will no longer be welcome in this house. Lucia's mouth falls open. You're threatening me? Your own mother? I'm setting boundaries. Marcus walks around the table to stand beside Isabella, his hand settling on her shoulder. You don't have to like Isabella. You don't have to approve of our marriage, but you will respect her. In this house, in public, in private, or you'll have no place in my life. After everything I've done for you? Everything you've done? Marcus laughs, bitter and sharp. You mean grooming me to take over the family business when I was 15? Turning me into a killer before I could legally drive? Using me as your weapon against anyone who crossed you? I made you powerful. You made me a monster. Isabella is the only reason I'm still human. His grip on Isabella's shoulder tightens, grounding. So, yes, Mother, I'm choosing her, over you, over the family, over everything. And if you can't accept that, there's the door. Lucia stares at him like he's become a stranger. Maybe he has. The boy she molded into a mafia prince is gone, replaced by a man who loves his wife more than he fears his mother. You'll regret this, Lucia says finally. She'll destroy you, break your heart, leave you with nothing. Then I'll have nothing. Marcus doesn't blink. But at least I'll have loved her. Lucia turns on her heel and storms out, leaving a wake of expensive perfume and unspoken threats. Isabella exhales shakily. She's going to make our lives hell. Let her try. Marcus crouches beside her chair, taking her hand. My mother's had control over me for 30 years, but you and these children? He looks at the twins, now cheerfully throwing banana at each other. You're my family, my real family, and I'll burn down her entire empire before I let her hurt you. She'll find a way to strike back. Probably. He kisses her knuckles, but she'll have to go through me first, and I'm very, very difficult to kill. Isabella wants to believe him. Wants to think that love is enough to protect them from Lucia Romano's machinations. But she knows powerful women, knows how they operate in shadows, pulling strings while maintaining plausible deniability. The matriarch has been challenged. Now comes the retaliation. 3 days after the gala, Marcus's phone rings at 2 a.m. Isabella wakes to him already sitting up, voice sharp and alert. What? When? I'll be there in 20 minutes. Marcus? She reaches for him as he's already moving, pulling on clothes with military efficiency. One of our warehouses near the port. Fire. Possible arson. He buckles his belt, checks his gun. I have to go. It's a trap. The words are out before Isabella can stop them. Marcus pauses, looking back at her. What? Your mother. This is her retaliation, drawing you out, making you vulnerable. Isabella. He sits back on the bed, framing her face with his hands. I know you're worried, but this is business. It happens. And I have an army of men with me. I'll be safe. Promise me. I promise. He kisses her, quick and fierce. Lock the doors. The security system is armed. Teresa sleeps in the guest house. If anything feels wrong, you hit the panic button. Understood? She nods, but anxiety coils in her stomach. Marcus leaves, and the house becomes too quiet. Isabella tries to sleep, fails. Checks on the twins, both sleeping peacefully in their nursery, nightlight casting soft shadows. Checks her phone, no messages. Checks the security feed, empty driveway, normal. At 3:15 a.m., the doorbell rings. Isabella's heart stops. Nobody rings the doorbell at 3 a.m. unless something is catastrophically wrong. She checks the security camera feed and her blood turns to ice. A woman stands at the front door, mid-30s, elegant in designer clothes, dark hair swept into a chignon. Her face is familiar, hauntingly so, but Isabella can't place it. Then the woman looks directly at the camera and smiles. Isabella recognizes her. Elena Ricci, Marcus's ex-fiancée, the woman he was, supposed to marry before Isabella came into his life. The woman from one of Milan's oldest crime families. The woman who, according to every piece of gossip Isabella's ever overheard, still carries a torch for Marcus Romano. What is she doing here? At 3 a.m.? While Marcus is conveniently called away? Isabella's hand hovers over the panic button, but hitting it means admitting fear, means admitting this woman has power over her. And after everything with Marcus Chin, Isabella is done being afraid. She opens the door, keeping the chain latched. It's late. Elena's smile doesn't waver. Isabella Romano. We finally meet properly. My husband isn't home? I know. The warehouse fire? Elena tilts her head. I made sure he'd be occupied for a few hours. We need to talk. Woman to woman. Every instinct screams danger. We have nothing to discuss. Don't we? Elena's eyes are dark, unreadable. I think we have quite a lot to discuss about Marcus, about his mother, about the trap you've walked into by marrying into this family. She leans closer. About what's going to happen to you if you don't walk away while you still can. Isabella's throat tightens. Are you threatening me? I'm warning you. Elena's voice drops, urgent and surprisingly genuine. Lucia Romano came to me 2 days ago. She wants you gone. She's willing to do anything to make that happen. And trust me when I say Lucia doesn't make idle threats. Why are you telling me this? Because I'm not a monster. Elena glances over her shoulder, nervous. I loved Marcus once. Might still, if I'm honest. But I'm not deluded enough to think I can steal him from you. He's different with you. Softer. Human. She meets Isabella's eyes again. And Lucia hates that. She wants her weapon back, her obedient son, and you're in the way. If this is some scheme to... It's not a scheme. Elena's composure cracks. Listen to me. Lucia contacted the Chen family. She's making deals, trying to rehabilitate Marcus Chen's reputation in exchange for information about you. Anything she can use to turn Marcus against you. The world tilts. What kind of information? I don't know, but whatever it is, Lucia thinks it's damaging enough to destroy your marriage. Elena's expression softens into something almost like pity. I didn't have to come here. I didn't have to warn you. But you seem like a decent person, and I know what Lucia is capable of. So, I'm giving you a choice. Prepare for war, or run while you still can. Before Isabella can respond, headlights sweep the driveway. Marcus's car. Elena curses softly. He can't know I was here. Lucia will kill me if she finds out I warned you. She backs away from the door. Remember what I said. Trust no one, not even family. She disappears into the shadows just as Marcus's car pulls up. Isabella closes the door, heart hammering, mind reeling. Lucia has contacted the Chen family, is gathering ammunition, preparing to strike. And somewhere in Shanghai, Marcus Chen is probably more than happy to provide that ammunition. The trap isn't just closing, it's already sprung. Marcus comes through the door smelling like smoke and exhaustion. False alarm. The fire was small, contained. Faulty wiring, not arson. He pulls Isabella into his arms. I'm sorry I left you alone. She wants to tell him about Elena, about the warning, about the danger gathering around them like storm clouds. But when she opens her mouth, what comes out is, I'm just glad you're safe. Some lies, she's learning, are necessary for survival. Marcus Chen sits in his Shanghai penthouse, staring at legal documents that spell out his complete financial ruin. Marcus Romano hadn't been exaggerating. Within 72 hours of the Milan Gala, every Italian contract has been terminated, every partnership dissolved, every loan called in. Chen Industries is hemorrhaging money. His mother, Madame Chen, imperious and furious, has been calling non-stop. His father has locked himself in his study, refusing to speak to anyone. And Victoria? Gone. Moved out the morning after Milan, taking her diamonds and her disgust with her, all because of Isabella. Marcus's phone rings. Unknown number. Italian country code. Mr. Chen? A woman's voice, cultured and cold. My name is Lucia Romano. I believe we have a common problem. Marcus sits up straighter. I'm listening. My son has made an unfortunate match. I'm sure you understand the difficulty of watching someone you love make catastrophic decisions. Her tone is sympathetic, almost maternal. Isabella Monroe has caused both of us considerable pain. What do you want? The same thing you do, I suspect, to remove her from our lives. Papers rustle in the background. I have resources, connections, but I need information, ammunition to convince my son that this woman is poison. Marcus hesitates. Why would I help you? Because I can restore your Italian contracts, repair your reputation in European markets, make Marcus Romano's vendetta against you disappear. She lets that sink in. All I need from you is the truth about Isabella, who she really is, what she did during your marriage, any secrets, any scandals, any ammunition I can use to open my son's eyes. It's a deal with the devil. Marcus knows this. But his company is dying. His family's legacy is crumbling. And Isabella, the woman who walked away from their marriage and into the arms of a mafia boss, deserves nothing from him. I'll send you everything, Marcus says. Medical records from her miscarriage, photos from when she was hospitalized, the psych evaluation after her suicide attempt. He smiles grimly. Let's see how much Marcus Romano loves her when he knows how broken she really is. Lucia Romano's answering smile is audible through the phone. Mr. Chen, I think this is the beginning of a beautiful partnership. Isabella stands in Marcus's study, holding a manila envelope that arrived via courier. No return address, just her name typed on the front. Inside, medical records. Her medical records. From Shanghai. From the darkest period of her life with Marcus Chen, patient presented with vaginal bleeding, severe cramping, spontaneous miscarriage at 11 weeks gestation. Patient was not aware she was pregnant. Husband declined to accompany patient to hospital. She remembers that night. The pain. The blood. Marcus Chen refusing to leave a business dinner because it's probably just your period. Driving herself to the hospital. Losing a baby she didn't know she was carrying. Alone. There are more pages. Psychiatric evaluation after she overdosed on sleeping pills. The bruises documented after Marcus Chen shoved her into a glass coffee table. The STD test after she discovered his affairs. Every ugly, painful, shameful moment of her first marriage, compiled into a dossier designed to destroy her. A note falls from the envelope, handwritten in elegant script. Your past is catching up. With you. Question is, does Marcus know who he really married? A friend. Isabella's hands shake so badly the papers scatter across Marcus's desk. The door opens. Marcus enters, sees the papers, sees her face, and goes very still. What is that? She can't speak, can't breathe. Just watches him pick up the medical records, read them, understand what he's seeing. His face goes white. When were you going to tell me about this? Her voice cracks. I was going to. Eventually, when the time was right. You had a miscarriage. It's not a question. I didn't know I was pregnant. Marcus didn't want children. We were careful, but she wraps her arms around herself. It happened anyway. And then it was over before I even knew. Marcus reads more, expression growing darker with each page. He gave you an STD. One of his mistresses, probably. I got tested, got treated, moved into the guest room. She laughs bitterly. That's when his mother started really pushing for divorce. Couldn't have the family name tarnished by scandal. You tried to kill yourself. His voice breaks on the last word. I took too many pills. I don't know if I meant to die or if I just wanted the pain to stop. Isabella meets his eyes, forcing herself to be honest. Everything hurt Marcus, all the time, and I was so tired of being strong, so tired of pretending I was okay. So one night I just stopped pretending. Marcus sets down the papers carefully, like they might explode. Who sent these? I don't know. Someone who wants to hurt you, someone who thinks exposing your past will drive us apart. His jaw clenches. My mother. You don't know that. Don't I? He stalks to the window, fists clenched. She visits Shanghai 2 weeks ago. Suddenly, your medical records appear at our house. Elena warned you someone was coming for you, and I didn't listen. Elena Ricci came here? What? Marcus spins to face her. Too late, Isabella realizes her mistake. She came the night of the warehouse fire. Said Lucia was planning something. I didn't tell you because I thought you kept secrets. His voice is flat, emotionless, worse than anger. Elena came to our house in the middle of the night and you said nothing. I was protecting you. From what? Information? The truth? Marcus runs a hand through his hair, frustration and betrayal warring on his face. How am I supposed to protect you when you don't tell me what's happening? Because every time something threatens me, you turn into a monster. The words explode out of her. You destroy people. You make threats. You become exactly what your mother made you, and I can see it killing you piece by piece. The silence that follows is deafening. So you thought lying was better? Marcus's voice is dangerously quiet. I thought handling it myself was better than watching you lose more of your humanity for me. Isabella steps toward him. I've already taken so much from you, Marcus. Your relationship with your mother, your peace, your safety. I won't take your soul, too. My soul. He laughs, bitter and broken. Isabella, you are my soul. Don't you understand that? Without you, I'm nothing but the weapon my mother created. You didn't take anything from me. You gave me everything worth protecting. Then why does it feel like I'm destroying you? Because love is destruction. He closes the distance between them. It tears down walls, burns through defenses, forces you to be vulnerable, and yes, it's terrifying. But it's also the only thing that makes me human. Isabella's eyes fill with tears. I'm so broken, Marcus. You read those records, you know what I am. What you were, he corrects, taking her face in his hands. Past tense. The woman in those records survived hell and came out fighting. That's not broken. That's forged in fire. His thumbs brush away her tears. You think your scars make you unworthy of love? They make you a survivor, a warrior, the strongest person I've ever known. Your mother will use this against us. Let her try. Marcus's expression hardens. She wants war? She'll get war. But this time, we fight together. No more secrets. No more protection. We face this as partners or we don't face it at all. Together, Isabella whispers. Together, he confirms, sealing the promise with a kiss. But even as she melts into his arms, Isabella knows the worst is yet to come. Lucia Romano calls an emergency family meeting at the ancestral estate. The Romano compound sprawls across 10 acres of Lombardy countryside, a fortress disguised as a villa. When Isabella and Marcus arrive, the circular driveway is packed with luxury cars. Every senior family member is here, Marcus notes grimly. She's making this official. Isabella's hand finds his. We walk in together. We leave together. The Great Hall is designed to intimidate. Vaulted ceilings, Renaissance paintings, enough gold leaf to fund a small country. 20 Romano family members sit around, a massive oak table. Uncles, cousins, capos, advisors. The inner circle of Milan's most powerful crime family. At the head of the table, Lucia Romano, looking like a queen about to pass judgment. Marcus, Isabella? Lucia's greeting is arctic. Please sit. Marcus pulls out a chair for Isabella, a subtle power move that says she's his equal, not a subordinate. They sit together, presenting a united front. I've called this meeting, Lucia begins, to address concerns about the stability of our family's leadership. Recent events have raised questions about Marcus's judgment and ability to lead effectively. Get to the point, Mother. Marcus's voice could cut glass. Lucia slides a folder across the table. This is a complete psychological profile of Isabella Monroe. Medical history, psychiatric evaluation, evidence of instability, suicide attempts, and a pattern of self-destructive behavior. She looks around the table. This is the woman my son has chosen as his wife. The future. Mother of the next generation of Romanos. Isabella's nails dig into her palms under the table. What you're holding, Marcus says calmly, is stolen medical records obtained through illegal means and distributed without consent. That's a federal crime, Mother. What I'm holding is the truth. Lucia's eyes glitter. Your wife is damaged goods, psychologically unstable, and pregnant with another child, a child that could inherit her instability, her weakness. The room erupts in murmurs. Marcus rises slowly from his chair. When he speaks, his voice is deadly quiet. Every person at this table has blood on their hands. We've killed, extorted, destroyed lives for profit. And you want to judge my wife for surviving abuse? For being human? This isn't about judgment, Uncle Roberto interjects carefully. He's Lucia's brother, second in command of the family. It's about liability. If Isabella is unstable, she's not unstable. Marcus's hands slam on the table. She's traumatized. There's a difference, one she's actively working through, with therapy, with support, with love. Love. Lucia spits the word like poison. Love makes you weak, Marcus. I taught you that. No. Marcus leans forward, holding his mother's gaze. You taught me that love is weakness, that caring makes you vulnerable, that the only way to survive is to become a monster who feels nothing. He straightens. And I believed you. For 30 years, I believed you. Until Isabella showed me that being human isn't weakness. It's the only thing that makes survival worthwhile. Beautiful speech, Lucia says coldly. But this family doesn't run on poetry and sentiment. It runs on strength, strategy, and blood. She stands, commanding the room. I propose a vote of no confidence in Marcus's leadership. Effective immediately, I will resume control of family operations until such time as… No. The single word from Isabella stops Lucia mid-sentence. Everyone turns to stare. Isabella rises, shaking, but determined. You don't get to do this. You don't get to use my pain as a weapon against my husband. You have no voice here, Lucia snaps. You're not blood. Neither are half the men at this table. Isabella looks around at the assembled faces, some hostile, some curious, some carefully neutral. But they've earned their place through loyalty and sacrifice, through bleeding for this family. She places both hands on the table. I've bled too. Maybe not the way you have, but I've survived things that would have broken most of you, and I'm still standing. This is inappropriate, Uncle Roberto mutters. What's inappropriate? Isabella continues, voice strengthening, is a mother who weaponizes her son's love against him, who views compassion as failure, who'd rather have an obedient monster than a human son. She turns to face Lucia directly. You sent these records to shame me, to make Marcus question his choice, to prove I'm not worthy of this family. You're not, Lucia. states flatly, "Maybe not by your standards." Isabella's hands rest protectively over her stomach. "But I'm worthy of Marcus, and our children, and the life we're building together." She looks at the assembled family. "If you vote no confidence in Marcus, you're not just rejecting him, you're rejecting the possibility that this family can be more than weapons and violence. You're choosing Lucia's way, the way that turns children into killers and love into liability." Silence. Then Marcus's cousin Sophia, a sharp-eyed woman in her 40s who runs the family's legitimate businesses, speaks up. "She's right." Heads turn. "I watched Lucia raise Marcus," Sophia continues. "Watched her turn a sweet boy into the Wolf of Milan. And yes, he's effective, powerful, feared. But he's also been slowly dying inside for years." She looks at Marcus. "Until Isabella. She brought you back to life, made you remember you're human, and now Lucia wants to take that away because she can't control you anymore." "This is absurd," Lucia sputters. "Sophia, you can't seriously—" "I can and I do." Sophia stands. "I vote confidence in Marcus's leadership, and I support his marriage." Another cousin stands, then another. Within minutes, 2/3 of the table is standing with Marcus and Isabella. Lucia's face contorts with rage and disbelief. "You're making a mistake, all of you." "No, Mother." Marcus's voice is firm, but not unkind. "You made the mistake. You assumed we'd all choose fear over love, control over growth, your way over evolution." He takes Isabella's hand. "This family is changing, with or without you." "Then without me." Lucia gathers her papers, dignity fraying at the edges. "I wash my hands of all of you. When this ends in disaster, and it will, don't come crawling back." She storms out, heels clicking like gunshots. Uncle Roberto shifts uncomfortably. "Marcus, your mother still controls significant assets. If she decides to—" "Let her." Marcus squeezes Isabella's hand. "I'm done letting her threats control my life. Our life." He addresses the room. "Anyone who wants to follow Lucia, I won't stop you, but understand, from this moment forward, this family operates differently. We protect each other. We value humanity alongside power, and we don't sacrifice love for strategy." The meeting concludes with careful handshakes and assurances. But as they leave, Isabella can't shake the feeling that Lucia Romano doesn't give up this easily. "She'll retaliate," Isabella says in the car. "I know." Marcus stares out the window at the receding estate. "But we'll handle it. Together." Marcus Chen receives a call from Lucia Romano 3 days after the family meeting. Her voice is silk over steel. "Our arrangement needs acceleration. Your information wasn't enough. The family chose Marcus. So we need something stronger." "Like what?" Marcus leans back in his Shanghai hotel suite. "I need you to come to Milan, personally. Make a scene. Remind Isabella. And my son exactly what kind of woman she is." Lucia pauses. "I'll arrange everything. A business summit, public venue. You'll accidentally encounter them. And this time, you won't hold back." "What's in it for me?" "Complete restoration of your Italian business interests, plus a €50 million investment in Chen Industries." She lets that number sink in. "All I need is for you to destroy her publicly. Make my son see what a liability she really is." Marcus Chen considers. €50 million could save his family's company, could restore his reputation, could undo the damage Marcus Romano inflicted. "I'll do it," he says, "but I want the money up front. Half now, half after you complete the job." Lucia's smile is audible. "Destroy Isabella Monroe, Mr. Chen, and we both get what we want." The International Business Summit at Milan's Palazzo Mezzanotte is invitation only, the elite of European commerce. Marcus has been resistant to attending, but Isabella convinces him it's important to maintain legitimate business connections. "We can't let your mother make us hermits," she argues. So they attend. Isabella in emerald silk, Marcus in a tailored suit that makes him look more businessman than crime lord. They mingle, network, smile at the right people. Then Isabella sees him across the room. Marcus Chin, in Milan, at this summit. Her blood turns to ice. "Marcus," she breathes, grabbing her husband's arm. "He's here." Marcus Romano follows her gaze. His expression goes predatory. "Stay close to me." But Marcus Chin is already moving through the crowd with purpose, microphone somehow in hand, attention gathering like a storm. "Ladies and gentlemen," Marcus Chin's voice booms through the speakers. "I apologize for the interruption, but I think you should all know something about the woman standing with Marcus Romano." The room goes silent. "That's Isabella Monroe, my ex-wife, and she's not the victim she's pretended to be." Marcus Chin's smile is cruel. "See, what she didn't tell anyone, what she's been hiding, is that during our marriage, she had an affair. Multiple affairs, actually. When I discovered them, she became violent, destroyed property, threatened suicide unless I stayed silent." Isabella's vision tunnels. "That's not true." "Isn't it?" Marcus Chin pulls out his phone, projecting images onto the nearest screen. Photos of Isabella with bruises, medical reports from her hospitalization. "She hurt herself, then blamed me, destroyed my reputation. And when I finally divorced her, she targeted another wealthy man, Mr. Romano, with the same manipulation tactics." Marcus Romano moves so fast, security barely reacts. He has Marcus Chin by the throat, slammed against a marble pillar, gun drawn and pressed under the man's chin. "Marcus, don't!" Isabella screams. The room erupts in chaos. Guests scattering, security converging, cameras flashing. "Give me one reason," Marcus Romano growls. "Why I shouldn't kill you right here." "Because," Marcus Chin chokes out, "Lucia Romano hired me. She paid me to come here, to destroy Isabella. Your own mother orchestrated this." The words hang in the air like a guillotine blade. Marcus Romano's hand shakes. For a long moment, Isabella genuinely doesn't know if he'll pull the trigger. Then he releases Marcus Chin with a shove, spinning to find his mother in the crowd. Lucia stands near the exit, composed and elegant, watching the destruction unfold with satisfaction. "You," Marcus Romano breathes. "You did this. I did what was necessary." Lucia lifts her chin. "To save you from yourself, from her." "By destroying her publicly? By hiring her abuser?" Marcus's voice breaks. "What kind of monster are you? The kind who protects her son." Lucia's mask finally cracks, revealing something raw beneath. "I've lost you, Marcus, to her, and I'd rather burn your life to the ground than watch her ruin you completely." Marcus stares at his mother like she's a stranger. "You haven't lost me. You threw me away the moment you chose control over love." He turns to Isabella, extending his hand. "We're leaving." But Isabella doesn't move. She's staring at Marcus Chin, at the lies he's spread, at the destruction Lucia has orchestrated. And something inside her, something that's been cowering in shadows for too long, finally breaks free. "No," she says quietly. "Isabella?" "No." Louder now. She steps forward, addressing the room. "I'm done running, done hiding, done letting people rewrite my story." She turns to face Marcus Chin. "You want to air our dirty laundry? Fine, let's air it all." She pulls out her phone, projecting her own images. "These are texts from Marcus Chin calling me racial slurs. These are emails from his mother demanding I get surgery to look more acceptable. This is a recording of him telling me I was lucky anyone would marry someone like me." Her voice doesn't shake. "I stayed silent during our divorce because I was broken, because I believed I deserved the abuse. But I don't anymore." She turns to the crowd. "Yes, I had a miscarriage. Yes, I was hospitalized for a suicide attempt. Yes, I have scars. But those scars aren't from manipulation or violence toward others. They're from surviving a man who systematically destroyed my self-worth." She looks at Lucia. "And I refuse to be destroyed again. Not by him, not by you, not by anyone." The room is utterly silent, then applause. Slow at first, then building. Women in the crowd, women who've stayed silent about their own abuse, start clapping, supporting her, believing her. Lucia's face goes white with fury. This isn't over. Yes, Marcus Romano says firmly, positioning himself beside Isabella. It is. You're done, Mother. Done with this family. Done with my life. Done with any control over me or my wife. He addresses the security team. Escort Lucia Romano and Marcus Chen from the premises. They're no longer welcome. As security closes in, Marcus Chen lunges for Isabella one last time. You think you've won? You've destroyed both our lives. You're poison. Marcus Romano's fist connects with Marcus Chen's jaw. The crack echoes through the palazzo. That's for my wife, Marcus Romano says calmly, shaking out his hand. Now, get out of my city. Security drags both Marcus Chen and Lucia Romano away. The crowd slowly disperses, buzzing with scandal and sympathy. Isabella sways. The adrenaline crash hits her like a freight train. Marcus catches her before she falls, scooping her into his arms. I've got you, he murmurs. I've got you. Did I do the right thing? She whispers. You did the strongest thing. He carries her toward the exit. You stopped being a victim and became a survivor. Publicly. Powerfully. He kisses her forehead. I'm so proud of you. Outside, rain pours down on Milan's streets. Marcus holds Isabella under the awning, unwilling to let her go. What happens now? She asks. Now? He considers. Now we go home. To our children, to our life, and we let the world talk. Because we don't owe anyone our pain. We don't owe anyone our story. We only owe each other truth, love, and protection. Your mother will never forgive you. Good. His voice is firm. I don't want her forgiveness. I want her absence. They stand in the rain, two people forged in fire, choosing each other over everything else. 6 months later. The Romano estate is different now, lighter. Without Lucia's presence, it's become a home instead of a fortress. The twins, now 3 years old, run through the gardens shrieking with joy. And in Isabella's arms, baby Speranza sleeps peacefully, dark curls forming a halo around her head. Marcus finds them in the garden, his expression careful. We need to talk. Isabella's stomach drops. Those words are never good. What's wrong? Nothing's wrong, but... He sits beside her on the bench. The federal prosecutors in China have arrested Marcus Chen. Multiple charges. Fraud, embezzlement, human trafficking connections. He pauses. They want you to testify about the abuse, about his business practices. Isabella's arms tighten around Speranza. Testify? In China? You don't have to. Marcus takes her hand. I can make this go away. One phone call and... No? Isabella cuts him off. No more running. No more hiding. She looks down at her daughter. If testifying puts him in prison, stops him from hurting others, I have to do it. It means going back to Shanghai, facing his family, reliving everything publicly. Marcus searches her face. Are you sure? I'm terrified, she admits, but I'm also done letting fear control me. He needs to face consequences, real ones. Then I'm coming with you and half our security team and the best lawyers money can buy. Marcus's jaw sets. Nobody touches you. Nobody even looks at you wrong. What about Lucia? Marcus's expression darkens. She's been quiet. Too quiet. My sources say she's left Italy entirely. Might be in Switzerland, but she's cut off from family resources, family protection. He meets Isabella's eyes. She's alone, and that's the worst punishment I could have given her. Do you miss her? I miss who I thought she was. He's quiet for a moment. But that person never existed. She was always a weapon. I just didn't want to see it. They sit in silence, watching the twins chase butterflies. Baby Speranza stirs, makes a tiny sound, settles back to sleep. I'm leaving the family business, Marcus says suddenly. Isabella's head whips around. What? I'm done with the criminal operations, the violence, the blood. He gestures at their children. I want them to grow up with a father who doesn't have a kill count, who doesn't run an empire built on fear. He takes Isabella's hand. You made me human again. Now I want to stay human. For them, for you, for us. Marcus, you can't just walk away from— I can, and I am. Sophia will take over operations. She's smart, strategic, and not damaged by Lucia's training. He smiles. I'll keep our legitimate businesses, the hotels, the real estate, the investments. But the dark stuff? I'm done. Isabella studies his face, looking for doubt, finding only determination. This is really what you want? I want to wake up without blood on my hands. I want to watch our children grow up without wondering if my choices will destroy them. He cups her face. I want to be the man you made me believe I could be. Tears slide down Isabella's cheeks. I love you. I love you more. He kisses her, soft and reverent. Now, about Shanghai. We leave next week. You testify. We destroy Marcus Chen legally. And then we come home and build the life we deserve. Together, Isabella whispers. Always together. The federal prison in Shanghai is exactly as bleak as Isabella imagined. She sits across from Marcus Chen in the visiting room, a table between them, guards watching. He's lost weight. Gray threads through his hair. Prison hasn't been kind. Why are you here? His voice is rough, defeated. Closure, Isabella says simply. And to tell you something. What? That you've won? That I'm destroyed while you're living the fairy tale? Bitterness drips from every word. No. Isabella leans forward. To tell you that I forgive you. Marcus Chen's eyes widen. What? I forgive you for the abuse, for the lies, for trying to destroy me even after the divorce. She's calm, centered, free. Not because you deserve it, but because carrying that hate was destroying me more than you ever could. I don't want your forgiveness. I'm not giving it for you. I'm giving it for me. Isabella stands. You're going to spend the next 15 years in here, and during that time I want you to think about the choices that led you here, about the pain you caused, about the person you could have been if you'd chosen love over cruelty. Isabella. Goodbye, Marcus. She turns toward the door. Wait. His voice cracks. Are you happy? With him? Isabella looks back over her shoulder. I'm happy with myself. Marcus Romano just loves the person I've become. She leaves without another word. Outside, Marcus Romano waits beside the car, 3-year-old Speranza in his arms. The twins are with Teresa at the hotel. He searches Isabella's face. How do you feel? Free? She takes their daughter, breathes in her baby smell. Completely free. They drive back through Shanghai's glittering streets, the city where Isabella was broken, where she lost herself, where her nightmare began. But she's not that woman anymore. She's Isabella Romano, survivor, mother, wife, warrior, and she's finally free. Marcus's phone buzzes. He glances at it, frowns. It's Elena Ricci. What does she want? He reads the message aloud. Lucia is planning something. Be careful. She's not done yet. Isabella's blood chills. But you said she was cut off, powerless. I said she was alone. Marcus's expression turns grim. I never said she was powerless. My mother is many things, but she's not someone who accepts defeat. In the back seat, Speranza coos happily, oblivious to the threat gathering on the horizon. Isabella looks at her daughter, then at her husband. Let her come. Whatever she's planning, we'll face it together. Together, Marcus agrees. But as they drive toward the airport, toward home, toward their children, both of them know the same truth. Lucia Romano is out there, plotting, planning, waiting. And mothers who lose their sons to love rarely go quietly into the night. The war isn't over. It's just beginning. Well, that's the end of this story. If you made it this far, I love you. Seriously, you're the reason I keep creating. Now, before you go, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Drop a comment below telling me what you thought of the story.